Hello and welcome to yet another episode from Maza Bitcoin. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day I wish you would. Won't you be my neighbor? Hello, neighbor. Here we are. Oh, yes. Look, almost no masks. It's a really good sign. Nobody's wearing a mask. They're not doing their part to stop the spread of the COVIDs. Look, oh my God. Oh, there's somebody. Okay, there's one mask wearer. Yeah. So I was trying to figure out in the last Mother Bitcoin video, why would the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, with Christine Lagarde and some of the major players in finance be saying good things about Bitcoin? Why would they do that? Sometimes, typically when these people of power speak to we the sheeple, they want to mislead us. And they tell us a bunch of bullshit, and it's pretty easy to read it. There have been times I've made good decisions because I did the opposite of what the news told me, which is pretty cool. And that happened recently, and I made a pretty penny by there was a company out of Manhattan, and I was taking a shower and I was listening to this company tell me about how Chainlink is a scam coin and it's going to be on a death spiral to zero, and they were called Zeus Capital out of Manhattan. I thought, this sounds like a story that God's chosen people would tell the Goyim, the Shavis Goy, someone like me. God's chosen people would put this out there because they actually want people to sell so they can buy it at a cheaper price. They shorted it, who knows the story. But a couple days after they said that, it went up about 30-40%. No kidding. And I did well. So now we're in the realm of, as they call it, fake news, misinformation, whatever you want to call it. And looks pretty real to me, So how to decipher if the news is fake or real? I mean, there's never always an exact method to this, but I did look up who it was in Zeus Capital that was giving me this information, and they had hired people to write numerous articles about Chainlink as a scam, but then of course it went up by 30%. So turns out it was just a big group of God's chosen people there in New York. Same people that own the media, same people that own Hollywood, same people that support everything that's happening, Even Fauci and Gates and stuff, they're just paid shills by the people who really own the machines that print the money, as I always say. So now, a new money's coming, Bitcoin and all its babies, and just adjacent or as an addendum to the last video, I was really trying to figure out why they would sing Bitcoin's praises when for year after year they've been saying it's a total scam, right? This little bell's kind of cool. He's selling ice cream or something. I guess sort of like the bell of an ice cream truck. Won't you be my neighbor? And so yeah, what they do is they mislead the Shavis Goy, that's you, that's me, and the pesky Irish Catholics, God's chosen people. They maintain their control. So, whenever I've seen, I haven't been alive as long as very old people, but I'm not a young person, and I've seen enough to see that typically when a large institution comes out and says something, the opposite typically happens, and that's what I was banking on. And that's why I made 30% of that investment and didn't sell any of it, because I didn't believe that what they were telling me was true. Just like BlackRock and these companies that trade billions, trillions, not billions, trillions. I don't know if anyone knows this, because I didn't know it for a long time. I've said the word trillion and I've said the word billion, right? So this is how it's broken down, because this is important to know, because the United States has been printing trillions of dollars as of late. So let's break down what $1 trillion is, because most people don't know, and I thought I knew, but I didn't know. So what it is just like a billion is 1,000 million, $1 trillion is 1,000 billion. I don't know if you got that correctly, so let me say it one more time. Just as $1 billion is 1,000 is a million 1,000 times, $1 trillion is a billion 1,000 times. And I know that the United States and the central banks all over the world have printed they've printed more money in the last few months than they have in decades and decades and years. So they see that the power of that old money system, the legacy system, is failing, and that something new has arrived. So what I think they're going to try to do, this is just my guesstimate, right? This is my hypothesis, an educated guess. That's what this is. I think they came out. Oh, look at that cool ship. That's kind of cute. You see some of those around. Let's see. Let's take a look at that ship. I think they came out and sang Bitcoin's praises, because what they actually wanted to do, what they actually hope to do, is kind of a cool area here. What they actually want to do likely is let the DeFi, there's a part in, we'll call them all the alternative coins. Anything that's not Bitcoin it's referred to as an altcoin. And what I think they may do is let the altcoin, ALT is short for alternative coin, market rise, especially the decentralized finance sector, which has been rising like mad, just going crazy. Certain coins like Aave and Compound, and there's these coins, and also Chainlink, which I was aboard, and certain coins that are just making massive amounts of profit, right? And it's great if you can get on those trains, but understand, even Bitcoin itself, there's always another opportunity. You know, when Bitcoin was really low, people think now that it's 11,000, they missed the opportunity. That's not altogether true. It's actually not true at all. So in this hypothesis, what I believe they'll do is let people make money, you know, that fictitious green paper stuff. They'll let people make more of that money. They'll let the altcoins become common in our lives. Certain coins will become common. A lot of people will make money on it. And that will inspire people to sell off a lot of their mother Bitcoin in favor of buying altcoins, making money from these altcoins. When what they call the Bitcoin dominance percentage, it's called Bitcoin dominance, when which refers to the amount of people in the entire cryptocurrency space, what is the percentage that they hold in Bitcoin? Now, when other altcoins are rising, typically the Bitcoin dominance tends to drop, right? And so what I think they're going to try to do, it's just a guess, I think this is very possible, is that they will let everyone get addicted to selling their Bitcoin, making good profits on other coins, to a point in which they can simply see that not as many people as before were hodling or holding on to for dear life, holding Bitcoin. And that's the point when they may shut the power down, and the people who are holding Bitcoin can take this massive, massive pump up. I think that is coming. Now, again, this is just a guess. Don't know that it's going to happen. The way I'm playing it is I still hold a lot of, for example, Chainlink. I hold Chainlink. I hold some EWT, which is an energy token. It's only available on a couple exchanges. So I try to make money, but it's not money I'm trying to make. This is something else people might not know about. The pence or cents of a Bitcoin is called a Satoshi, right? And some people refer to them as sats. So the change of a Bitcoin, if you want to buy, let's say $100 US in Bitcoin, you can. So you're going to buy a certain number of Satoshis of its change, of its cents, or as they say in England, the pence, right? So the fractions of a Bitcoin, you can fractionalize one Bitcoin into 100 million parts. So there's plenty to go around. The sun has just gone down here. It's a very beautiful place. I don't know the name of it. I've just been riding around. You know, I just like to go to places where there are less mask wearers. When people are wearing less masks, then I can hang out there for a little while. I believe I can hang out with you fellas for a little while. Whiskey, all you can drink. And so let's look to this. This is how I think it's going to be played. My guess, we can make money through certain altcoins. In my next video, I do a video every other day. In my next video, I'm going to explain which coins that I'm invested in and why. I just mentioned I'm typically invested in I only go 2 coins typically, maybe 3 outside of Bitcoin. And I never take more than, say, 10, 15% of my overall Bitcoin holdings and put them in other coins, right? So what I recommend is, I think they're going to pump up the DeFi market. You can make still a lot of money in Chainlink. I recommended Chainlink a few months ago at about $2.50, and now it's $15 per coin. EWT, Energy Web token, which has been a big money maker. I mentioned that in a video a long time ago. I hold a little bit of EWT. And I'll hold these until a certain point when I think that Bitcoin's going to skyrocket, because I think that will happen. But they want the Bitcoin dominance to go down a little bit before that happens. Okay, abrupt endings. Abrupt endings always work well.